My name's Ben, and today we've got another Defender 110 to show you around. This particular car is a 2021 on a 21 registration. It's had two owners in the logbook, but the second owner, has had the car from pretty much new, from about a month old. So it's one private owner plus Land Rover as a pre-reg before that. It's got a full Land Rover main dealer service history. It's presented in Glacier White, which is this almost pearlescent white if you look at it under lights. But it's a really fabulous looking colour with a contrast black painted roof and a full black exterior pack. And it's got a lovely specification which will walk you around. It's a 3-litre diesel engine, and we'll walk you around and point out some of these cost options as we go around. So starting at the front, that black pack consists of the badging all finished in gloss black, this centre grille section here, and then your lower grilles across the whole of the lower section of the front bumper, all finished in gloss black. We've got the X-Dynamic badging on the front grille, parking sensors in the front as well. The LED matrix headlights with the black lights around, again part of that black pack, and an LED daytime running light. It's a cost option to have the matrix lights in these Defenders, so lovely to have that there. Coming around the side, we've got the bigger 22-inch gloss black Defender wheels with the really cool way that they've sort of etched Defender into the wheels there, or carved it into the wheels, whatever they do. But it looks great against the black exterior parts and the white paintwork. Coming down the sides, we've got the camera on the side of the door mirror there for the 360-degree camera system that the car's got. Dual side steps across the bottom, which is a really nice feature, quite an important one in our opinion. And then if you have a look inside at the black full leather interior, and it's a really nicely presented car throughout. And the white on the outside actually goes very nicely with the plastics on the inside, which is standard in all Defenders, because it's almost like a white when you look at it from the inside. Have a look above at that big glass panoramic roof, which is an opening glass panoramic roof as well. It's very nice to have that feature there. We've actually also got black roof rails across the top of the car, which again is only small, but it makes a nice difference to the way the car looks visually. And we actually think these Defenders are very much visual cars. They're all about how good they look. And we've got privacy glass in the rear 3/4, and then if you have a look in the back, the amount of space in these Defenders is incredible. There's so much space in the back seats of these cars. You'll easily get 3 adults in the back, no problem at all. USB ports and 12-volt socket ports in the centre as well. Even USB ports in the back of the driver and passenger seat, which is really nice to have. It's just very easy to charge devices in this car. Coming around the back, we've got the full-size spare wheel on the boot, so again, lovely to have that easy access if you ever need it. And then if you have a look in the boot, they're very utilitarian, so the boot floor sort of finish is very tough, and so is the back of the seats. So the idea is you can fold those middle row seats down and you get a flat floor all the way across, almost like a van, which is very hard wearing, very easy to store stuff in. You can lift the boot floor and you've got an extra storage section under there as well. There's storage nets on either side of the boot. And then we've got, because the car's riding on air suspension, we've got height adjustments in the back here, so you can raise and lower the back of the car if you're loading stuff into the boot very easily through those buttons there. I'll just push the door too. And then coming into the driver's side, I'll jump inside the car now and we'll talk through some of the interior options. The final thing to mention on the outside, the button on the door handle is keyless entry and exit, so you can just have the key in your pocket and access the car very easily. So starting on the driver's door card, we've got the smooth leather, which is very spongy. It's probably very difficult to pick up in the video, but it's very spongy and very comfortable to rest your arm on the armrest there. And that's also on the top of the door cards here as well, just before the window. And then the hard wearing stuff everywhere else. Memory settings for both driver and passenger seats, which are electrically adjustable. Obviously, power folding electrically adjustable door mirrors. And then we've got the Meridian sound system, as you can see from the badging in the door card there. Coming across into the centre, foot on the brake, it's keyless start, so I'll just push that button and the car will fire into life. And then we've got this massive steering wheel, but it's actually really nice and very easy. These cars are so easy to drive these days because the steering is just so light. And then we've got the virtual cockpit in front of me, which is configurable and adjustable through the left-hand side of the steering wheel here. So I can press that in, go across the display layout, which I believe is in here, and I'll just give you an example of what you can do to this. So we can go to a full screen navigation map, as you can see here, and there you go, you've got your full navigation, still with all the information you need, so your fuel, your temperatures, your speed, etc., all still visible, but with full screen sat nav map there. On the left-hand side, we've got multimedia control, so volume, skip tracks, and telephone and voice activation. On the right-hand side, we've got our cruise control settings and our lane departure warning on there. The matrix lights are controlled through the indicator stalk here, so they'll always be on by default, and you can adjust that on there if you need to turn them on or off for any reason. And then coming across into the center screen, which again is very responsive, very fast, very easy to use. Sorry, you don't swipe across, you swipe, press these dials down here, and then you've got all of the sort of settings that you can adjust. So you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is all wirelessly activated. You've got access to your heated seats in here as well, and you can turn those on via the screen, or there's a second way of doing it through these buttons down here. I can just push that and twist that up to have the heated seats on, which is very clever. Multiple ways of activating that. Obviously you've got Land Rover's own navigation, so if I just pop that down and then zoom out for you, you'll see, apologies for the route, but if I just pop that down, you'll see Land Rover's own navigation on there, which is very easy to use. You can just quickly search for something, zoom it in and out via the buttons, and it's very responsive, as I said before. If I pop the car into reverse, we've got the reversing camera on the left-hand side there, and the 3D camera system on the right-hand side. So at the moment it's a bird's eye view, the driver's door's open, hence the grey section on there, but if I tap one of these cameras, you'll see we get an outside display, and you can then swipe around the car and have different angles, and it's very clever how it does that. So you can check if you're near fence posts or anything like that that you might not be able to see from the driver's seat. There's also cameras sort of from behind the car, and you can see what the wheels are doing when you're in off-road mode. I'll just pop it back into park, and then coming down into centre, the climate control settings all on this small pad here. Again, very easy access, and you can press this button to use this to switch through our off-road modes, so mud ruts, gravel, grass and snow, sand, etc., rocky terrain. You can all do it through these dials down here. Our air suspension adjustments are on these buttons as well, so we can raise and lower the car. And then because it's a Defender and it's very utilitarian, there is storage everywhere. So there's storage behind the sat-nav screen, down the side of the virtual cockpit here, all the way across the passenger side. There's USB port under there as well, so easy access. More USBs down here, both Type-C and a standard USB. 12-volt sockets down here. Cup holders under this plate here, and if you take this off, you can actually put that down there. There's an extra section for it, so it doesn't get in the way. Easy storage. Then you've got two cup holders here, a wireless phone charging pad here, so you can just pop your phone whilst you're driving along and it's on the CarPlay, for example. A fridge in the center console, which is a cost option, and there's two heat settings, or cooling settings I should say, for the fridge in the center there. And all the way under this cup holder section there is tons of storage everywhere you look. They're very utilitarian cars, but very easy to keep clean and look after. I'll open that roof so you can see what that looks like as well. And there is a blind for that roof if you wanted to shut the blind. We've got a traditional sunglasses holder up there, and I'll just turn the car off, jump outside and summarise for you. So, as I mentioned at the start, a Land Rover pre-registered car plus one private owner from new, 56,000 miles with a full Land Rover main dealer service history, serviced in 2024, in this beautiful Glacier White with the full black exterior pack and the contrast black painted roof and the correct 22-inch gloss black alloy wheels. I think is a fabulous looking example with a great spec. My name's Ben, I hope the video's helped. Thank you very much for watching.